So watch what's happening here. I don't want the back to be nice and rounded, so I'm not going to wrap it over the head shape. But I am going to take from that guide that I cut her crown, put that in my finger. Okay, where's my length of the back? Here. Do you think I'm going to cut into her length?
No.
Do you think I'm going to leave a big corner if I extend my finger angle out?
Yes.
Yes. So what can I do? If I want to be more intrusive in through the layers in the back, what do? I can do two things. I can move my hand to the back and take out hair. Where your hand is, hair comes out, right? Distance equals length. I don't want all that length, so I need to shorten the distance. So my hand goes to where I want to take the bulk out. Or, what if I did this? What if I just changed my finger angle? I couldn't do that?
That'll work.
You want to bet? I saw a couple of you raising. It's always supposed to be shorten the crown along to the back. Shorten the crown along to the back. Leave her length. Leave the corner. Afterwards, after you cut and leave that corner, you can go back in and soften that corner if you want to. Okay, why? I changed my finger angle to get rid of that big corner. I was more aggressive in my layering by changing my finger angle. The direction, the angle of the layers. I cut from short towards short. So now look at my layers in through the back. Is there a huge corner left at the perimeter?
No.
I cut all the way to her perimeter, didn't I? Just by changing my finger angle. So, I know I just got rid of that density in through the back profile, right? Okay. Now, you have to be careful, because you have to think about all aspects in the big picture. Look what happened over that left ear. What happened? A gap? It's a, yeah, we'll call it a gap. Why did that happen? She told me I have a gap right here. See where I have no hair here? What happened? First thing that happened is God. Because there's an ear there. There's no hair. God happened in that area. Okay? So, now what happened? Oh, I just emphasized God's work, didn't I? Because I separated front from back by cutting shorter layers. How did this get so short?
You cut
It's a
it.
bucket.
No. Less distance. Who said that? Voila. Less distance. Look. I took this section of hair here, brought it straight up to the crown area, didn't I? So guess what? That's less distance. What if I wanted to create more distance? What would I have done? Now, I had to come from the crown. That's my length at the crown area. What could I have done to create more distance?
Over direction.
There you go. Make it travel further over the head shape. Now look at all the hair I would have left. It's fallen out of my fingers. So I have to create more distance. If I can't do it with finger angle, which I could have, that will only left the back longer. What about this hair right here above the ear that reached that short point?
You need to over direct.
I need to make it travel further over the head shape so less hair reached my cutting position, so more hair would have been left there. Good thinking. So I want to do the same thing on the other side. And I'm using that crown as my guide. Remember, this is not Vidal Sassoon perfect hair cutting in motion. It's called structure in motion. I'm creating shape, texture, and design all at the same time. So here I am. I'm combing each of these sections to the middle of this one large section. My fingers are pointing towards the crown. See it? So each side of this section is traveling an equal distance to the middle, then it's traveling to the crown, correct?
Correct.
Okay, I thought about that. If I took all of the hair and brought it to the middle, then this outside hair here would be longer, right?
Right.
And what if I did the same thing here? The middle back would be longer, so distance equals length. Keep that in mind. I'm going to comb this up, straight up. There's my guide from the other side. You can see it. I don't have to see it. I know that my elevation was straight up at 180. My finger angle was 45. I use this crown area to get on the highway, and I'm cutting down into the hair. Guess what? Close enough for me on longer hair. So guess what? Is there a gap on this side too?
Yeah.
Because I use that crown area as a guide. Okay? So, either it's a mistake or it's creativity. Yeah, hairdressers never make mistakes. Creativity. Client comes to me and says, Rafe, this side is shorter than this side. I go, uh-huh. And they're like, well, I want it straight. And I was like, well, why do you want it straight when your face is crooked? So if this side is high You don't want to put a part here to make it look even higher. So you want to maybe do the opposite, right? Part it on this side, lift up the low eye, bring the right eye down by covering that bad boy. Okay, now watch. I'm going to connect the fringe. Take straight down. I want to see a nice hard visual line. So would I elevate it?
No.
Would I laterally direct it?
No.
Okay. So here we go. Straight down, making sure that I'm in control of the hair. Look, I'm using the back of my comb. See the back of my comb, how I'm making it nice and smooth? Just don't comb the hair down like this. And I'm going to use my fingers for support. If I want to create a nice hard visual line, watch. Back of the comb, flattening out the hair. Look at my fingers, how they extend. Now you think I can cut a nice C-shaping out of that? There's my guide. I'm going to backhand this. So here's my guide. Look for it. It's right at the chin. I see it. I'm going to open and close my shears, creating ultimate texture on the way down. And I'm moving away. So now I've got a really nice visual textured C-shaping that I just... Same thing on this side. If I wanted less texture in that design, then my shears must go towards the length, so it's softer texture. See it? I'm turning my shears towards the length. I'm working perpendicular to the hair. Texture, texture, texture. I can see as much or as little as I want. So now, I cut her hair, I just turn her face. Now I'm right there in the same position. And this side I'll show you how I don't want to see hard visual texture. Okay, so I'm combing this straight down, and this is almost blending. This is where my fringe stops, and I'm just opening and closing. Look at my shears pointing towards the length. So it's a much softer form of cutting. It's not definite texture. Probably my focal point or point of interest within this design is going to be the texture and the least amount of density I see through the ends, because I cut all the way to her corners, and the shorter, funner feel I have cut in through the top profile. I'll show you, the haircut's finished, by the way. That's all you have to do. It's a basic haircut with no internal texturizing. But I still have texture through the perimeter because I open and close my shears throughout the entire haircut. Okay? And this is how I check my haircuts in the salon. Like this. She flip over for me, she flips over, I look and I go, wow. Okay, that looks like it's pretty symmetrical, doesn't it? But it's only connected at the crown, the perimeter, and the front is the only thing that's connected. Because I connected short to long in the crown, right? In the back profile that I cut, elevation was 180, finger angle 45. These two front pieces, my elevation was over direction 90, coming from short to long in the front, leaving the corners. But look how sparse the corners were, because I cut all the way to them. Okay? So it's a disconnected haircut. This interior back is disconnected from the interior front, other than right at the crown where I connected short to long, and then I went from short to short in the back, and you could see that. So basically I cut the entire interior in 4 sections, if you really think about it. Cut her perimeter, cut the interior in 4 sections, connected her fringe area. Done. Same price, same back channel.